Hey everybody, today I'm going to be bringing you a review on the Paula Dorf Aztec City Eye Color Palette. This palette features 5 shades of eyeshadow which can double as liners and liquid eyeshadows, and I'm going to explain all of that in the video. These are so versatile and I love the color range and I can't wait to swatch these all up for you. But I'm also going to be doing a review on the Paula Dorf Lash Color, and this is in the shade Teal. And if you stick around the end of my video, I'm going to give you guys a promo code that you can get this mascara free with your purchase of the shadow palette. Now in terms of fall palettes are usually pretty much all the same. Lots of greens, nudes, etc. But this palette features a different direction in that we have a really pretty bright shifting blue. We have 2 lighter colors, and then we have our classic nude shades here. Now this palette, if you wet your brush just a little bit, you can paint these shadows on like I did in the middle of my lid. You can also use these if you wet your brush a little bit. It comes with a double brush, and I'm going to show you guys that. You can use all of these shades as liners. They work really well whether you're applying them as shadow liner or if you're using them wet as like a cream shadow. They do dry down and they are pretty much going to stay in place once they're on. They're not going anywhere, which is great. I didn't find them too powdery. I didn't find them too chalky. The white was a little bit sheer, but I'm going to explain why and how you can use that. So let's start with the first shade. So the brush that's included is a double-ended brush. One side is fluffy and the other side features a liner brush. So you can see that I've actively used this brush before bringing you this review. Yes, I didn't wash it yet. Don't judge me. Anyway, so the first shade is a very white shade, and I'm going to swatch this up for you guys really quickly. Now as you're going to see, it's quite sheer. Very sheer, and there's a reason for this. You're going to want to apply this first white shade all over your lid. That helps to really help the other shades pop because it works almost as a primer or a base for your shadows. You could use a liquid to help let this apply a little bit more opaque, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So what you're going to want to do is take any product, whether it's water or a Fix Plus product, and you're going to want to spritz your brush just a little bit, maybe like 1 or 2, and you're going to swirl it in the product. Okay, I'm going to swirl it in the product like you're painting. And then when you apply this all over the lid, you start to see that it's a white base, and it really helps to apply. So for example, if you're taking the shifting blue and you apply it over it, it becomes so much more opaque, as you can see here, so much more opaque than if you apply it just on its own. Though it is very opaque on its own. It's going to last a little bit longer, be a little bit more opaque if you apply it over. So it's a great base. Just spritz your brush a little bit, paint it on. You can do this with all of these shadows. Paint it on a little bit and you're going to get that high impact great base. You don't need a primer separate from this set. So I applied it all over my lid, and then I started to sheer it up once I got to my brow. The next shade is this beautiful shifting blue, which I've already swatched for you accidentally, and you can see it's got a beautiful shift. In some lights it's a deeper teal, and in other lights it has almost a golden reflection. Not really a common fall color, but this fall I've seen a lot of different teals from fashion. So if you've jumped on the teal bandwagon fashion-wise, this is gonna go perfectly with any teal pieces you might have picked up. And just overall, I think this is one of those colors that, depending on how you use it, you can use it in fall and get the full fall effect of it, like the way I've applied it, surrounded by browns and neutrals. But you can also use it when it comes springtime, summertime. It's one of those colors that, depending on what you pair it with, like if you pair it with gold, transition this nicely into spring and summer. So it's a nice transitional shade. And the next shade is a really pretty like diamond in a rough. You wouldn't notice it just by looking at it in the palette. It's a little bit of a pinky beige, but it has a really nice silver shimmer in it. You'll see in the picture swatches, it has a really nice silver shimmer in it that maybe didn't translate well to my hand here, but when I applied it onto my arm swatch, you'll see in the picture swatches, it has a really nice silver shimmer to it. Very subtle. Again, if you're painting it on, you're going to really see that effect. It did have slight fallout, but it really wasn't too bad. Like I said, just moisten your brush a little bit and you're going to have optimal wear with it, but otherwise it wasn't too bad. I noticed that the silver did fall out after a little bit of time, but overall great shadow. The next 2 shades are the perfect neutrals. This one is a great all over the lid shade as well, so if you don't want to apply your white, you can always apply this shade and get the same kind of effect. I did apply this over the brown color at the end to help blend it out on my crease. So I'm going to tell you exactly how I did this eye look step by step, but I'm just trying to show you now so you get a visual to begin with. So this shade right here is a nice matte yellow based beige. and it too is kind of sheer, but again, if you apply it over primer or you apply it wetter, if you apply it a little bit moist, you're going to get a really nice base color there. And the last shade can double as a liner, though all of them can double as a liner. And this is a nice matte chocolate shade, which really is greatly pigmented. I liked wetting the liner brush here and applying this as a liner. This is I did use the blue to line my lower lash line using this brush, and I did find optimal use of the blue as a liner as well. So when I created my look on my eye today, which you're going to also see in a picture form so you can really get an idea, get a good look at it, I started by applying this white shade as a base using a wet brush all over the lid. Primarily I stopped here and then I brought it right past my crease so that it was blended upwards. In my crease, I applied this dark brown shade. I also applied the brown shade right up into the, right there, and I applied it right into there, and I brought it up a little bit and into my crease. Then I blended it out using this shade. So I just put that right on my brush and started blending it out because I didn't want it to be too harsh. Even though all these colors were very easy to blend, I really wanted to soften the shade a little bit. So this is a great transitional shade. And then I used, in the center of my lid, I used this bright blue over the shade right here. So I put this shade right under it, and then I applied this shade wet over it, and I feel like I really got a nice shift. And then on my lower lash line, I applied this shade right in here, and then I applied the blue to drag all the way out. And I tried to line with the dark brown up here, but personally my preference, I like black liner better, but I did find I was able to get just the same look as the black. I actually went over the brown line with the black because I just personally don't like brown as a liner. Now I also want to show you guys the Paula Dorf mascara. Features a word that says become your own makeup artist, because her products are really straightforward and easy to use. They don't require too much work. Literally moisture and her brush and you're good to go. Literally, if you don't want to put on black liner, you have everything you need in this shadow set. Now her teal liner is definitely really pretty. I mean, I've tried different color mascaras before, but this deep teal with slight sparkle really is pretty. It's dark enough that it's not going to make your eyes look too cartoony, or it's not going to be professional enough, but it's light enough that you can see it, and it'll complement, if you're using a teal shadow under your lash line, it'll definitely complement it and help it make it pop, and you'll see that in the picture swatches. So I did use this right here. I just wiggled the brush a little bit, and I felt that it really helped the teal mascara, the teal shadow to pop underneath the lash line. So it's definitely a great pairing if you're looking for something a little bit different this fall, something that other companies are not doing. You should definitely check out the Paula Dorf Aztec City Eye Color Palette. This product is available. I will leave a link below, so if you'd like to purchase this palette, and also if you'd like to get the mascara for free, use the promo code TEAL. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe to my fashion/beauty blog and follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Stardust. Please enjoy the picture swatches.